owned by you. Managed by the government, so there's bureaucracy and bullshit. But it's owned by the Jewish people. You guys can live where you want, do what you want. If you need to come home, we got a home here and we'll defend that with our lives. That's what I want to tell you. That's what I want you people to understand. And I want to impress one more fact. There is no hatred involved. Judaism does not teach hate. That's their bad, not ours. Israel does not preach hate. I personally don't hate anybody. No one. Won't stop me from shooting somebody who threatens me. But I don't do it from hate. Don't hate. Don't need that. Don't need that. Israel has no enemies. There are people in this world that have made us their enemies. We don't have enemies. You've got to understand that about Israel. The Hezbollah does not have patrol roads. Palestinians don't have patrol roads. They know that if they don't attack us, we're not going to attack them. We are 100% defensive. Leave us alone and everything's fine. You mess with us, we'll bust your ass. It's that simple. Okay, now, for the time remaining, until you go out and buy stuff, you can ask me questions. I have 2 ground rules, just a moment. This is not a discussion group, and it's not a debating society. We all have brains, we all have minds, we all have thoughts, we all have opinions. Yours are totally irrelevant to me. You don't live here, you're beautiful Jewish puppies, you don't know crap about anything. You may have heard a few lectures, you may have read a few books, but I'm not here to argue with any of you, you know nothing. So ask me a question, I give you an answer. We live in a democracy, you don't have to respect my answer, you don't have to agree with it, you don't have to like it, but you're going to lump it. Argue amongst yourselves in the bus, then in any case you can't see anything out the windows, you got nothing to do while you're driving, so you can argue. Nobody argues with Grandpa in his backyard. I'm not here for that. I'm not going to argue with any of you. So, you're intelligent enough, put what you want to say in a form of a question, I give you an answer, that's the end of it. You can ask more than one question, by the way. Yeah, yes and yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, not sure how long you've been doing this, but I guess I'm curious, how has your kind of lecture, your spiel, if you will, kind of changed over the years? If it has changed tones or anything?
The only way it's changed is that I've calmed down a bit.
It's very clear.
Oh, you should have heard me in the early days. I have calmed down quite a bit. And there's different, but the facts are the facts, and that hasn't changed.
So mainly just tone?
Yeah.
That wasn't,
Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah. Mainly just tone. I work on how to get my point across using better language. Sometimes I slip. I'm only human. Yeah.
If you were Obama, how would you handle the Iran nuclear deal?
Oh, I'd have packed up and gone back and hit him with more sanctions. I gave you sanctions so that you wouldn't have a nuke. You come to the table, you're making demands. I don't want demands, I want you to come to the table and say, okay, we're not going to have nukes. As soon as he comes up with a demand, I pack my bags, I go back home and hit him with more sanctions. What are you dealing with them as equals? You're giving them respect that they don't deserve. And you're giving them money. And in 10 years, they're going to have nukes anyway. So what have you done? Don't get me started. Go ahead.
You had mentioned the prevalence of the word jihad and of the violence that is pervasive throughout.
Yeah, what's your question?
Okay, so what do you say to the people that point to the violence in the Torah and Tanakh?
The violence in the Torah. What do you mean? What do I say about that? That's done. We got our land. No, nowhere in the Torah does it says we're supposed to run around and kill everybody who's not a Jew. Nowhere in the Torah does it says that 20% of Israel's population are Arabs. What, are we supposed to kill them? No. It says respect the people that are living in your area, right?
It does.
Well, all right. So what do you? I don't understand what your point is.
Oh, that's not my point. That's just the point that I hear from a lot of people.
Oh, the
Yeah.
right. Okay. You can answer them by saying the Torah says,
Yeah, I wanna
"Haba lahargacha hashkem lahargo."
say it one more time.
Someone comes to kill you, you kill him first. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
We didn't come here and attack the Palestinians. We came here and lived quietly until they bothered us, pogroms all over the place. So we had to leave Jaffa and build Tel Aviv because they were slaughtering us. They slaughtered us in Hebron. They slaughtered us all over the place. What are you talking about? Fui. And those people that are saying that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Was there something specific that made you move here when you were 21? From the United States?
Well, 21, I became legal. That was good. The thing that pushed me seriously, and I'm sure you can remember this from your schooling. There was a period in the 50s called the Joseph McCarthy era. And there was a lot of anti-Semitism, and I wasn't going to have it. And that's when I realized that, okay, I was born in America, but I don't owe it anything. And we got our own homes, so why should I worry about that? Why should I waste my life in America when I can build a Jewish life in Israel? To me, it was logical not to waste my life in America. There's nothing there except money. Yeah.
What do you think the peak was of the, like, I guess, growth?
The what?
The peak of the kibbutz, like the growth and everything.
In the 50s.
Yeah. What was the most it's ever been in terms of population here?
About the same population, but we didn't have the students. So in other words, we had like 300 kibbutz members. It's always been about this size. Yeah.
I have a question about the relationship between Jordan and the Palestinians, and why would they ask for their own state if why don't they live in Jordan, or do the Jordanians
Because the
not want-
rulers, the monarchs, the rulers, and the army are Bedouins from Saudi Arabia. And they're scared to death of the Palestinians that are 80% of the population. And besides the fact that there's never been a people called the Palestinians. Even today they don't talk to each other. The ones in Jordan don't give a crap about the ones in the West Bank. The ones in the West Bank don't care about each different city, and they don't care about Gaza. And Gaza doesn't care about. That's all.
So
read it in the Bible. You know. it
Who are,
tells
like,
you.
when we say Palestinians, I mean, who are they? What is the history?
Look it up. You'll find out that it's all doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a Palestinian people. But you find that out. You look at it. There's no such thing. If you think there was a people and there was a country, ask them when they had their first parliament and who was their first prime minister. Never was, never happened. Jews were Palestinians. It's a creation of the British. It was a mandate. It was a geographic